So you're moving to Dallas. Well, you're probably trying to figure out the best neighborhoods or the best places to live in Dallas. Well, you're in luck, because today we're hanging out in Harvest in Northlake, Texas. We're going to share you all of the reasons why Northlake is the best neighborhood in Dallas. Stay tuned. I'm Brian White.
Hey, welcome back to the Moving to Dallas Guide. This is the channel where people like you come to get the latest information on what's going on in Dallas-Fort Worth real estate. From the best neighborhoods to the best places to live in Dallas, we're bringing you the up-to-date information so you can make your next move your best one yet. I'm Brian White. I'm a local North Texas real estate expert, and we bring this information to you each and every week. So be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of our updates. And if you haven't yet, you should check out our guide at movingtodallasguide.com. That guide is going to help answer a ton of your questions. If there are questions that we can't answer or didn't answer in that guide, then please, we'd love to connect with you. If you're moving to Dallas and want to talk more with a real estate agent, right on, you can hit us up via the link in the comments, or our phone number is in the description. So today we're talking about Harvest, which is an amazing growing community in Northlake, Texas. We're going to dive deep and talk about, so where is it? What are the schools like? Let's talk about the amenities and what makes this neighborhood amazing. And then we're talking about what you get for the money. So starting off with location, Harvest is in the northwest corner of Dallas-Fort Worth. It's really just up the road from 35W. So in Dallas, Highway 35, I-35, it runs all the way from South Texas all the way up to the Canadian border. I-35 splits, and half of it goes through Dallas and half of it goes through Fort Worth. Well, 35W or 35 West runs through Fort Worth, and Harvest is located just west of 35W. Gives it convenient access to the highway, but also convenient access to Denton, to Fort Worth, and to a lot of the Metroplex. Really, the only thing that you can't get to quickly from Harvest is Dallas. If you're moving to Dallas and you're thinking about a job in downtown Dallas, then Harvest is probably not the best neighborhood for you, because that's going to be a pretty long commute. Long way. I mean, like a long way. We actually love the location of Harvest because it is just 15 minutes from Denton, and Denton's actually now a booming area. It's got some great restaurants, shopping's coming in, and then there's also a tremendous amount of shopping that's come in just south of Harvest in an area called Alliance. And there's an outdoor walking mall, there's the Texas Motor Speedway, there's just a ton of activities in close proximity to Harvest.
Now, we don't have all of the shopping that we'd like to have in Harvest, but there's a new shopping center that was just been announced. Chick-fil-A is coming this next year, so that new shopping center is going to bring all of the traditional shopping, retail, and everything you might be looking for in a master plan community. And all of that's going to be sitting just outside of Harvest at the corner of Highway 407 and 35W.
When it started, it was out in the middle of nowhere. So much is built up around it and will continue to build up around it. Harvest is a great place to live. And one of the things that makes Harvest such a great neighborhood is it has terrific schools. Now, before I go too much farther into schools, I always like to point people to niche.com, and we'll include a link in the description to the school districts that we're talking about so you can do your own research. We always recommend people do their own research because different things relative to schools matter to different people. So go ahead and check out both Argyle ISD and Northwest ISD to figure out what's most important to you. So like I said, schools in Harvest are terrific. Depending on where you're living, for the most part, Harvest maps to Argyle ISD, and Harvest Meadows, which is just to the west, matches to Northwest ISD. But you should look at your specific homes, and we'll help you when we're having that conversation, just so you know exactly where you're mapping to. So let's start with Argyle ISD and Argyle West Elementary School. So Argyle ISD is actually rated A+ by niche.com overall. It's #1 school district in Denton County and the #8 school district across the state of Texas. There's more than 1,000 districts in Texas. So if you get #8, that is spectacular. It also ranks as the #4 district for the best teachers, right? So when you get great teachers, great schools, and great athletics, which Argyle ISD ranks #8 across the state of Texas for athletics, that's a winning combination. So Northwest Independent School District is on the west side of Harvest. And the things you need to know about Northwest ISD is it's been highly acclaimed for the arts. Northwest ISD is in the top 10% of school districts across Texas, and it's in the top 5% for athletics and athletes. If you look at the scorecard for Northwest ISD, it gets an A- from niche.com with an A for academics, but interestingly, just a C+ for teachers. So when you're doing your research, those are things that you're going to want to check out. Regardless of which area you're moving to, the great thing is that there are actually 2 elementary schools within the Harvest area. It's going to be close proximity for your kids wherever they're going to school. The Harvest is a 1,200-acre master plan community. And what that gives you is, number one, that's a really large community. But number two, that's going to give you some tremendous amenities. When you get neighborhoods of that size, it means they're putting a lot of homes in there. So they're building out a ton of amenities for people to enjoy.
So when we're talking about neighborhood amenities, I mean, top of my list is having a coffee shop in the neighborhood. And that's the amazing thing about Farmhouse Coffee. And the amazing thing about Harvest is this is actually right here in the middle of the neighborhood. Totally walkable. And then if you're going to a coffee shop, it should have good, like the fancy gourmet stuff, the espressos, the true cafe food, which Farmhouse does. And it's adorable. I mean, check this place out. It's adorable. You've got the crepe myrtles here, which is my favorite tree. They bloom every spring, summer. It's awesome. You should definitely come check out Harvest. If you don't move to Harvest, you should at least come check out Farmhouse Coffee.
Harvest is built on the concept of sustainability. It actually has a working farm right there in the middle of the neighborhood with a professional farmer that's teaching classes. They teach classes with the homeowners and to they call them the Harvest Littles. So to the younger kids, to teach them how to raise food, raise sustainability, and then really make a positive and responsible impact on the environment. There's so many great amenities to talk about in Harvest. There's no way I'm going to be able to get them all, but there are a number of amazing pools around the neighborhood, starting with the largest and main pool that's right there at the entrance. It's a great pool setup and overlooks the pond, which makes it that much more beautiful. Okay, there are so many great parks all over Harvest, right? So there's the barn that's centrally located. It's a spot where people can play basketball. There's a huge lawn for soccer or other sports. There's a covered area so people can get together and watch a game or just hang out and have a picnic. There are grills all over. Harvest is really, it's an active community. It's really all about getting people together, helping them gather, and giving them places to do that. So there are a number of spots like the front porch. There are a number of spots for people to get together, and hey, if fitness is your thing and maybe outdoors is not, then the Fit Barn is going to be a great spot for you. Just a terrific workout facility. There are also outdoor facilities and outdoor workout gear. Just depending on how you like to work out and how you like to challenge yourself, then the Fit Barn is going to offer you a variety of different options. Also happens to be connected to the northern pool. So it's a great overall fitness experience. Better yet though, it's not the only gym, right? So there are other gyms around Harvest. So lots of different options, indoors, outdoors, great place to stay fit and healthy. So Harvest has so many different things. It's got miles and miles of hiking trails. There's dog park, there are outdoor fire pits, there's horseshoes for people to get together. And even that lake I mentioned earlier is stocked. So great place for fishing and just to enjoy spending time outdoors. Now that we've talked about the location, the schools and the amenities in Harvest, let's get down to business and talk about the homes themselves. In Harvest, you can get a variety of home styles and lot sizes, starting with single family attached, normally called townhomes, ranging all the way up to some larger lots at 70 feet. Home prices over the last year have ranged quite a bit. So some of those new construction townhomes this last year sold for just under $300,000. And then home prices, the highest price is just under $1 million, not quite cracking that $1 million mark. So pretty wide range of home sizes and home prices. If we look at what's on the market right now, at the time of this recording, there are 29 different homes on the market in Harvest and Harvest Meadows, ranging in price from, on the low end, $465,000 all the way up to right at $900,000. Here's just a few pictures from a beautiful listing that we have currently on the market, right? So there are a lot of different builders that built or are still building in Harvest. CB Jenny built the townhomes. Then you've got, in an alphabetical order, you've got DR Horton has built, you got David Weekley, you got HIghland Homes, you got MI Homes. There are a ton of different builders. There's no way I named them all, but there are a ton of different builders. And what I love about that is there are some great high quality builders in there. One of the things that I say is really anytime that HIghland Homes is building in a neighborhood, you know that it's going to be a quality neighborhood. They've just done a great job of choosing the places they're going to build. They build a high quality product, and the folks that tend to go to the same neighborhoods as HIghland also are terrific and amazing builders. And then here are some photos from a recent listing we had for one of the villa homes at Harvest. By now you know that Harvest is an amazing neighborhood. It may be the best neighborhood in Dallas. So if you'd like to learn more about Harvest and maybe even see some homes, then you can schedule time to chat with us in the link below, and our phone number is in the description. Otherwise, you can hang out and watch this next video. We'll see you there.